Welcome back to Learn with Chris. I am Chris. In this video, we're going to continue with our pronunciation, and we're going to look at what's called voiced consonants. So the last video we did the 9 unvoiced consonants, and today we will do the 15 voiced consonants. So when we look at the first example, you'll see what I mean by voiced. So our first example is the B sound. It sounds like B. And the examples are bat, bag, ball, book, bit. Now, if you take your fingers and you put them on your throat and you say these words, you're going to hear or feel, you're going to feel your vocal cords moving quite a lot. So bat, ball, bag, book, bit. So there's a vibration of the vocal cords. That's why they're called voiced. So if you remember from last time, we had the D sound, the D sound. The P sound, P, and these were unvoiced. So just as a comparison, if we compare the P sound and the B sound, the P sound, pat, pen, pot, very little vibration of the vocal cords, so they're unvoiced or voiceless, and then bat, ball, bag, there is a strong vibration in your vocal cords. So the first one, b, the B sound. Our next one is d, the D sound. So example, dog, door, dip, dad, dot. So pretty strong, actually. The D sound has a stronger vibration than the B sound. You could really, especially like dog, because both the D and the G are both vibrating. So our third example is the G sound. So it sounds like g. So go, game, give, gum, gate, all voiced. Then our fourth example is the V sound, kind of like the. Van, very, vase, vote, vest. And now we're going to get to our first special one. This symbol here, it's called F. And it is a TH sound, but it is the voiced TH sound compared to the thorn character we had last time, which is the unvoiced TH. And both of these come from Old Norse language. So this is, again, it's kind of like a th, but it's vibrating. So for example, this, that, they, them, their. So if we compare the two THs, so the word this is a voiced, this, but the word thin, thin, is unvoiced. So the two names of gods from Norse mythology where we will see these characters, Thor, that would be the unvoiced, and then Odin, Othin. We say Odin because it's written with a D, but actually that is very likely to be a mispronunciation of his actual name. It is written in Old Norse as Othin, and that's probably the correct way to pronounce it, but nobody says that. Everybody says Odin because that's what we understand. And I usually say Odin, even though I know that it is wrong. So F, this little interesting character, which they still use in Iceland, by the way. This is the TH, the voiced TH. Then we got Z, and it's like a Z. So we had the S, which is a S, and now we have the Z, and you can really feel the vibration on the Z sound. Examples, zoo, zip, zero, buzz, zone. Now the next one is quite special and a pretty rare word. The phonetic symbol, the IPA symbol, it kind of looks like a 3. And this is a Z sound or sh. It's a little bit hard to actually say it. When we look at the examples, you'll see. And I've written the letters, actually over here, I've written the letters big where you can actually hear the sound. So genre, beige, treasure, vision, measure. So it's like a zhuh sound. So in genre, it's the first syllable of that word. In beige, so it's at the last, right? But this is not a very common sound in English. I believe it comes from French. But there are some words in English where we need this sound. It's kind of like a zh, measure, zh. So our next one looks weird. It looks like a D followed by a 3, but it's actually a J sound, j. So it's not hard at all. So jump, joy, jungle, judge, jam. It just looks strange in the IPA, but it's a J sound, j. Then we have M, which is a m sound. Man, mother, moon, map, meet, m. So that's pretty easy. And then we have the N sound, which is like a n. So no, nine, net, note, nose. Okay, the next one looks strange again, and this one is an NG, so kind of like a ng. However, this sound is never at the beginning of a word in English. It is always at the end of a word or at the end of a syllable. I know, for example, here in Thai language, I'll put the I'll over here. I'll put the character in Thai language. It's nonu, which I'm mispronouncing, because it's very difficult for English speakers to say this sound at the beginning of a word because we don't have it at the beginning of a word. We only have ng at the end of a word. But I know Thai has sound in their alphabet. Vietnamese has it as well, and probably other languages that I'm unfamiliar with. But this ng sound is only at the end of a word, not the beginning. So sing, song, ring, long, king. No problem at the end of a word, but when it's at putting at the front of a word, at the beginning of a word, it's extremely difficult to pronounce for English speakers because we don't have any words that begin with ng. So in Thai language, for example, the word money begins with ng, ngern. Stupid is the word ngo, and easy is the word ngai. But I am not pronouncing these correctly because I don't know how to pronounce them correctly because English doesn't have these sounds. I'm just approximating the best I can do. Okay, so again, only at the end of a word will we have this ng sound. Our 12th example is the L, which is a l, love, light, lamb, leg, late. So l. Remember, all of these are voiced, right? So love, light, lamb, leg, late. You can feel the vocal cords vibrating. And then we have the R, run, red, rate, read, road, r. R's are generally difficult for Asian speakers. I know, for example, in Korea, and Japan, they often mix up the L and the R sound because I believe that in their language, there's only one sound that is kind of similar to both of them. So they have different difficulty telling the difference in English between an R and an L, but in English, they're very different. But some Asian languages have trouble with the R and the L. Our 14th example is the W, so it's a w. So wet, win, water, way, walk, w. And our last one is strange because the phonetic symbol looks like a J, but it's actually a Y sound. So I don't know why they did that. It's a y, so that's a Y sound. So yes, yellow, you, yarn, yogurt. So the IPA looks like a J, but it's actually a Y. So this could be very confusing when you're reading the IPA characters and you see a J and you say J, but actually it's W. So that could be very confusing. Okay, so let's recap here our 15 voiced sounds. So the B, B, the D, D, the G, G, the V, V, the F, Th, the Z, Z, the symbol that looks like a 3, which is zhuh, the D followed by a 3, which is zhuh, which is a J sound, the M, M, the N, N, the N with a little hook at the bottom, which is NG, Ng, L, L, R, R, W, W, and a J, but it's actually a Y sound, W. Okay, so those are the 15 voiced consonants, and then we had the 9 voiceless consonants, total of 24 different consonant sounds in English. The next video, I'm going to look at the one sound vowels. And there are 12 of them, and then we'll have the diphthong for the last video, and there are 8 of them. Diphthong are 2 sound vowels. Okay, so that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a good day, and take care. Bye-bye.